So how do you perpetuate a message of good and of healing out there into the world in a way that actually inspires curiosity and even some cooperation and mobilizes other people to help you get that good message of healing out there into the planet? How do you do it? I'm going to reveal it, at least what I believe, and what I believe is backed up by just immeasurable amounts of statistics and data out there and the results that it provides. So I think this is worth mentioning. And I want you to brace yourself, because this is something that actually by default invokes a lot of resistance in people, and they attach a very bad energy to this one thing. And that's why most people with a really good message of healing completely stink at getting it out there and mobilizing other people to perpetuate the message as well. So I wanted to brace you for that before I tell you what it is, so that you can listen to it with an extremely open mind. And if you found that you've had bad energy attached to it before, then maybe you need to, be humble enough to take a second look at your belief, maybe criticize it, maybe swap it out for a different belief that's actually more in alignment with getting your message out there for a nice change of pace. So here it is, that one thing that makes the difference, and it is residual and passive money. I guess in a way that's two things, but it's residual and passive money. I'm in Las Vegas right now. It's one of my favorite places in the world to go to, and one of those reasons that it's my favorite place in the world to go to is because there are so many incredible lessons to learn out here on both sides of the right and wrong fence. There really is. Wealth, poverty, messages of good and healing, messages of disease and sickness and poverty. It's all here. There's so many lessons. And stick with me for another couple of minutes, because I'm going to tell you what I mean by residual and passive money. So this is something that is true the world over. Vegas, I think, exemplifies it even more so. So it's, it's just obvious to see when you come here. But when you're trading time for money, you're working for money. Your time is tied to money. So what that means is once you stop working, once you stop giving away your time, stealing your time for that money, that means the money stops coming in, and then you can no longer put food on the table or keep the lights on, let alone perpetuate your message out there into the world. Now once you break that tie to money and you start building something that's residual and passive, then you are free to not only perpetuate your message and get that out there into the world, but you can also mobilize other people to do it now too. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, no matter what it is that you dream of and that you want to do and what your message is, you got to be able to put food on the table and pay bills and things like that. That's just a reality. You can fight it all you want, but fighting that reality just keeps you off of the playing field from getting your message out there. So residual, what is that? Residual means basically you will never have to start over again. You'll never have to start over again because you're building residually. Take the street performers out here in Las Vegas, or any job for that matter. It doesn't have to be a street performer, a job at any company. You are trading your time for money. Your money is tied to money. You work for money. So basically, you have to start over. Every day you come in and you earn what you made the day prior. Now, because if you're a street performer, that's certainly true. But if you're you got a job at a company, you're guaranteed that pay anyway. But still, if you stop working, if you quit, you get fired, something happens, the money stops coming in. So conceptually, it's still the same. Now here's residual. Residual means you build on what you've already accomplished money-wise. So let's say you're starting a new deal where your income is going to be residual. You make $50,000 your first year. The second year, you don't get in and try to make $50,000 again starting at zero. That $50,000 is already established. You build on that. Maybe your second year you do $100,000 or $250,000 or $1 million. It happens your third year, you double that or triple that or quadruple that again. You're going to be a free human being really soon. Versus any other kind of scenario, constantly having to start all over at zero again. You can't get ahead that way. You just can't. Even if they pay you $1,000 an hour, you cannot get ahead that way. By the way, that kind of income, the more money you make, the more you're penalized, the more money you have to give away to the government in taxes. So that's not a good deal either. Passive, what that means is that your income is going to come in whether you work or you don't work. So now you break your tie to money. And generally speaking, almost every residual income also eventually becomes passive. But when it's residual and passive, well, now your money isn't tied to your time, your time isn't tied to your money. So what it means is that you can now spend your time and your energy and your heart and your soul totally focus on creating experiences, getting your message of good and healing out there, and it won't matter if it pays or not, because you got this passive money that totally frees you to spend your time however the heck you wish. And that's what it is. The problem that we have in society is that a lot of good, generous people who want to help and do their part in healing the planet and helping people have this negative attachment towards money. So if they flee from whenever they hear residual money, passive money, they think it's a scam, they think it's a pyramid, and all these other things. And what that actually does in reality, for one, it keeps good people from being able to do their life's work. And two, it makes it easy for the criminals of the world to have control over the money supply, because they want the residual money and the passive money. They attach a good energy to it, except the criminals. So now we have poverty, and now we have starvation, we have human trafficking, we have all these horrible things, the pharmaceutical industry that's out of control. We have the kids tied up in sex rings, sex trade rings, even in the United States, regardless that the media doesn't give it much attention, it's here. We have all these horrible things happening. The planet is dying. Global warming, unsustainability, and countless measures. Because good, generous people attach a negative energy towards residual and passive money, or just money in general. And it's really unfortunate. Money is a tool. It's a resource. You can use it to pollute the world or heal the world. Las Vegas is a great example of that. In Las Vegas, it was discovered you could make money by perpetuating health and wellness. So now in Sin City, we have this massive boom of health and wellness places popping up all over the place. I'm talking plant-based whole food nutrition, GMO-free food. There's an enormous vegan movement out here. A lot of people don't know this, but Las Vegas, as of a couple of years ago, made the top 10 most vegan-friendly cities in the nation. I'm tongue-tied. Let me say that again. Las Vegas, as of a couple years ago, actually made the top 10 list of the 10 most vegan-friendly cities in America. And nobody associates that with Las Vegas. It was discovered that money can be used as a resource, as a tool to generate and perpetuate that kind of healing. And if Las Vegas can do it, Sin City, what a great example that is. If you have any negative energy towards money, realize money doesn't have any thought. Money doesn't have an agenda. People do. You're going to attach whatever energy you want to with money. So attach a good energy, because money can be used to heal the planet and help people. And if you're a criminal, it can be used to pollute the world and create more poverty and starvation and human trafficking and all those other kinds of things. So I'm here in Las Vegas. Incredible lessons here. There's a wealth worth and more of lessons if you pay attention to them and utilize them. Toss whatever negative energy you have about money. Start researching residual, passive money. Attach your message of good and healing to that residual and passive money, and use that to mobilize people. That's what I do. I have a 30 days to profit training sequence, and that's what it's all about. I want to get people in there that have a message of good and of healing, that aren't afraid to make money, and not only tolerate it, but celebrate it, and want to make piles and piles and piles of cash that they can use to put it to work, not only to fund their own dreams and to free their own time, but to help the planet. So if you have any openness to learning about that, just connect with me privately. I'll share a video with you where I talk more about that, and if it turns you on, great, we'll talk more. And if it doesn't make any sense to you and it's not your thing, then at least you're on a path now to finding something that is your thing, and that's a good thing. So you're gonna win either way, okay? So private message me, and I'll share with you a video where I'm talking about my 30 days to profit training sequence. One of my goals in life is to mobilize as many people as I possibly can to start using money to put it to work, residual and passive money, the kind that actually can help make a difference, not ordinary earned income, the kind where you're trading your time for and you're working for. That is not going to help heal the planet. There's a time and place for that, but it's certainly not going to be to help heal the planet and help people. So I look forward to hearing from some of you. I'm going to go enjoy this wonderful city more and learn more, and I'll be making more videos. I will talk to some of you real soon who message me. And as for the rest of you, hey, I hope you got something out of this anyway, that you're at least on a path to making some cool discoveries about residual and passive money and breaking any negative energy that you might have had towards it, so you can get your own message of good and healing out there more effectively than maybe you have been. Take care. Bye for now.